Nobody tells you this about corporate life until it's too late. Today I'm sharing 5 brutal truths about corporate life so that you can stop playing small. Because once you know these, you can never unsee them. Let's count them down together. Hi, my name is Ellie. Welcome to the channel. I love having you here. Okay, number 5. Do not attach yourself internally within the organization to one leader. What I mean by that is that, this is you and this is your boss. I'm massively simplifying things, but normally you have you and you have a boss. Never attach yourself to one leader exclusively within the organization. We're so busy at work, right? We're so swamped and we just don't have the mental capacity and the mental load to stop for a minute and think, is this right for me? Is this leading me to where I want to be in the next 2 to 5 years' time? And when you do that, when you attach yourself to one leader only, it has 2 consequences. Consequence number 1 is this. You're putting the success of your career in the hands of a single person. It will be only their opinion of you that will influence how your career shapes up in the medium term. And consequence number 2 is this. You really are limiting yourself to any potential future growth or any potential roles internally when you're delivering well for that one boss. Because think about it. You're busy working like a busy little mouse. You're doing so well. You're making this boss of yours look so good internally. They have zero incentive to promote you. Okay? So never attach yourself to one leader. If this is hitting home so far, please make sure to subscribe. Okay. Number 4. Network, network, network. I cannot stress enough how important it is to start networking internally from the moment that you join the company, and you're going to network until the very last day within that company. And I want you to do this. I want you to do it in 3 ways. So this is you, right? I want you to, these are your peers. So I want you to network horizontally at the same level as you. I want you to network down. These are your direct reports. So network down. And I want you to network up. Very important. Network up. Do not just be nice to your boss. You're going to network with the peers of your boss. What this does when you network on these 3 levels, so horizontally, down, and up, this really creates a 360 exposure for you internally. You're seen from everywhere internally within the company. You're not just seen from the single lens of this person here that sits right above you. And when you have a 360 exposure internally, you really are creating a fantastic place for you to be seen from everywhere and establish yourself as a star performer. Okay? Number 3, form allies. These are your friends internally, really. But what you have to create is this so-called internal protective bubble for yourself, right? Because what do your allies do for you? They're going to give you information from meetings and from rooms that you haven't been invited to. So they're going to feed you priceless information. They're going to have your back. And once you have that information, which is absolute gold, excuse the cliche, but nobody really knows what's going on inside internally within an organization. Nobody knows the whole spectrum of things that are happening, right? But once you have this critical information, you're going to do 2 things. You're going to be informed, they're going to have your back, but most importantly, you're going to know what your next move is. This is a game of chess. Play it smartly. Form allies and friends internally so they can have your back. You can have priceless information, and you're going to know exactly what you're supposed to do next. It's a chess game, everyone. Play the game. Okay. Number 2. I love this. It's one of my favorites. Trust your gut. My goodness, I cannot tell you how many times I have ignored my gut feeling. Okay, let me put it this way. If someone or something feels off, then know that that's not right for you. Okay? If a person, a situation, or a company feels off, and you know it somewhere deep inside of you, then it is not right for you. Because this is why. Our gut is our second brain. Our gut is our second brain. So your body knows the truth before your brain is willing to admit it and logically accept it. I'll give you a quick example. A few years ago, I was given a promotion 5 or 6 years ago, and at that moment, I knew it with my gut that it was not the right step for me, but I took it up. I took the promotion. I'm too ambitious to go over it. It gave me great exposure internally, and a few years later, my brain knew that it was the wrong move. But that's why I'm doing this, to save you years of your experience, not to put yourself in a situation that your body instinctively told you not to go for, okay? Trust your gut, very important. If this is resonating with you, you're not alone. Hit subscribe. This is exactly why I created this space in this channel, so that I can share truths that I have really benefited from in terms of my corporate life, and so that they can benefit for you. Okay, number one, ta-da! This is my favorite of all time. Corporate leaders do not care about you. I don't know how to say this without anybody finding it offensive, but it's so true. This is the name of the game. That's why everybody is in business, right? And regardless of what the corporate culture manifesto says, corporate leaders do not care about you. Think about it. And the faster you normalize this in your brain, the faster you're going to thrive in your career. Okay? So let's think about it. Why are we working? Why are we buying goods and services, right? To provide value. Not, if somebody on my team is not providing value, then their time is limited. The clock is ticking. And the easiest to put this into perspective is if you're in a sales role, right? So you're very liked and you have a lot of leeway in a sales environment when you're hitting your quarterly target or your monthly target, whatever the cycle is. But the moment that you stop hitting those targets, the moment that you stop bringing millions to the company, your time is up very quickly. You start being disliked and your time is up. And look, this doesn't just apply to you. This applies to absolutely everybody. It applies to you. It applies to your boss. It applies to the boss's boss. And it applies to the CEO because they also have a boss, the investors. Okay? I need you to internalize this. I need you to normalize it from the start. The sooner you normalize this, you're going to do amazing. The better. Okay. There's something else that I really just want to touch upon, which is very critical. And people only find this out about them after it has happened. So here it is. Do not link your self-worth to your work. Critically important. Never link your self-worth to your work. Why? Because when things go south, and trust me, inevitably, in everybody's career, things are going to go south, and they will in yours. When things go south and you've attached your self-worth to your work, you're going to crash, okay? Don't let that happen. You have to separate the two. Your self-worth must be grounded outside of your work performance, okay? So separate the two and you will absolutely thrive personally and professionally in the long term. Drop me a comment and let me know which one of these resonated with you the most. For me personally, it's always been this one, that corporate leaders do not care about you. And good, now that you know these 5 truths, let's talk about what actually fits you next in terms of a career. So watch this next, how to find the job that feels like your calling. I'll see you there.